What's going on YouTube? Mike here with Knives, and today we're going to be sharpening M4. Let me just give you a quick backstory. So as I'm filming this, I released my first impressions of the Nano-Hone stones, and I basically finished my assessment of them. Kind of knew what they could do, what they can't do, and did some sharpenings with them. And Dom commented on them, and I commented back a couple times. And after watching Jeff Jewell's video on sharpening again, I feel like maybe I haven't tested like the upper limit of these stones. So I want to give a shot with M4 and see if these stones can handle M4. They were able to handle S30V. They were not able to handle S110V, which is pretty much, to be expected. But I want to make sure that I give these a fair shake. Given that Dom really likes them, and that he, he's used both Sharpening Pro and Chaucer stones, which I really like. Well, not just Sharpening Pros. I think he used Sharpening Pro and Glass, but I really like Sharpening Glass and Sharpening Pros. And Chaucer's I'm not real familiar with. I have an 800 that I got recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'm still kind of figuring it out. It's one of the nicest stones I've ever felt, but I feel like maybe I missed something with these stones. So I want to sharpen M4, see if these stones will handle it, and see if maybe I'm missing something, and maybe I haven't spent enough time with them. So I've already filmed my conclusion video. I might have to film it again. So when you guys see this, it's going to be in, I'll probably release a few of them at a time, the sharpening ones at least. The conclusion video, I'll try to hold out till the last one, obviously, but I just want to make sure I'm giving this thing a fair shake. So let's go ahead and we'll wet the 400 grit. All right, and I'll go ahead and I'll cut the edge off on the Chaucer. Alright, and we'll see what happens with the 400 grit. Okay, and just like that, we can move on. So far so good. We're cutting M4. I'm glad that Dom commented on on the video and said what he said, because it made me rethink everything. I was literally thinking about it all night. What the things that I did, what I could have done differently. I don't want to give a bad review or a skewed review because of my own lack of testing. So again, I want to make sure that I give these stones a fair shake. And if Dom is saying that he loves the 1000 and 6000 and he's had Sharpenings and Chaucers, I need to find out for myself why I'm not liking the 1000 and 6000. Now, this is one thing that really irks me about them, about the 1000 at least, is you have to just keep spraying it with water and keep it really wet. It's funny, this time it didn't load up as bad, but maybe it's just the M4. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it's just because I made sure that I kept it wet the whole time. I mean, there's still, clearly some load up here, but it didn't inhibit the cutting at all. So that's cool. I am curious though. Alright, so the Chaucera Nagara definitely cleared the swarf off. So yeah, that's cool. Feels like it got the aggressiveness back too. Like there's some, there's some grit in the stone again. Because when it loads up, it definitely feels like it's, like it's just not cutting. Alright, I think I'm going to call it at the 1000 and then just do my normal 3 micron and 2 micron straw progression. Maybe finish with 1, I'm not really sure, but M4 I like to keep a little toothy. I like to give, some bite to it. I feel that gives me the best edge. I don't like a super keen edge with M4. I find that like 800 or 1000 grit finish, even maybe like 2000 grit finish would suit it, suits it well. But 1000 is perfectly fine. I don't think 6000 is gonna benefit M4 for me, for my use. This M4 it's crispy, so. And now I don't have any freaking hair on my hand, but you see that big bald spot right there. So these stones can definitely handle M4. I'm not really sure what else I can throw at him. You know, Jeff Jewell already did M390 and Maximet. He did a Kudo 440, which, I mean, we all knew a Kudo 440 was going to not be an issue. S30, S110 is a no, and Maximet is a no. But, I mean, it can handle M390, a Kudo 440, white number 2, 01 tool steel, 1095, obviously, just out of like a gold dollar razor. VG10. I sharpened one of my kitchen knives. I'm not sure if I filmed that one or if I just sharpened it. A Dow Strong. It's Rockwell to like 61, I think. Actually, you know what? Maybe that was AUS 10A. Maybe it wasn't VG10. I'll have to double check. But either way, they're basically, you know, similar steels. 14C28N. I did the Rake P801. So I think, you know, these stones are going to handle just about everything you put at them, with certain exceptions. I think, you know, your 10V, 110V, 90V might even be questionable, because I've heard that it sharpens differently than S110V. That's much easier to sharpen. These stones might be able to handle it, but I don't really know the cutoff point. But I'm glad I sharpened the M4 because it felt so much different from when I was sharpening S30V and trying to sharpen S110V. Again, I'm not sure if it had to do with the steel or just how I was sharpening, but sharpening the M4 felt much easier, like when I sharpened my 01 tool steel Kuritsuke. So I'm not really sure what the deal was, if it was me or the stones, but I'm feeling much better about these stones now, and recommending them. I didn't feel like I could totally recommend the 1000 and the 6000. I was kind of on the fence about them, but I think it just comes down to what you guys do with the stones. I'm sure that the ceramic that's in these is all from the same batch. It's just, you know, the size of the grit that changes. Like, I'm sure it's all the same, you know, composition. It's just that the grit size changes. So, you know, there's really no reason why a 1000 or 6000 or 400 shouldn't all be able to do the same exact thing. It's just the grit level. Yeah, so I'll probably do like an addendum to my conclusion, since, I mean, I didn't talk badly about them by any means. I talked really highly of them, but now I can add the M4 in there and give more thoughts on them. And yeah, then we can get them back to Dom. But alright guys, so thanks for coming along on this one to see if the Nano-Hone stones can sharpen M4, and I'm pleased to say yes they can, along with many other steels. So yeah, this video is probably going to come out toward the tail end of the sharpening videos with the Nano-Hone stones, and then I'll get the conclusion out to you guys. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Give a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions about them, just leave them in the comments and I'll answer them, or email me at iheartknives@yahoo.com. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.